I gotta let it out, I can't hold it inside. Keep a smile on my face, run, but you can't hide. I've been up fighting them, yeah, I've been up fighting my demons. And they be trying to pull me in, yeah, every night I seen them. I won't back down, I'ma beat them. I'm starting to feel like I've been under pressure. I'm keeping my foot on their neck, I won't let up. I know when I fall down, I gotta just get up. I brush it all off, I'm better than ever. Been through a lot, but on my spot, but I never stop moving. Gotta do more when I feel like I find peace inside my head. I've been talking to God, but I'm left on red. I ain't got time to be feeling upset, so I keep doing my best. I've been up fighting my demons, and be trying to pull me in. Yeah, every night I seen them. I won't back down, I'ma beat them.
You know when you're about to take a bite of a Big Mac and you can't wait to taste that special sauce? Now you don't want to lose a drop of creamy, tangy flavor, so you flip that Mac upside down. Trap the Mac, baby. The napkins? Trap the Big Mac whenever you like by ordering ahead on the Mickey D's mobile app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Mobile order and pay at participating McDonald's. Download and registration required.
Hit a party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. Run it up, made a lot, but that's not enough. Got the rush, song a week and that stamina. Keep it going, I'm an animal. I unleash when they let me loose. I've been ready since like 02. Getting my bread now, how about you? 100%, that's all I do. Came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games we gon' leave them aside. Backseat and she working. This a life that I dreamed about when I could've paid a room service. Now it's electric curtains, but I still just scratch the surface. I'ma get right back to working till I get again. We done came here to party tonight. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. Multiply. Me. Ain't nobody fuck with me mentally. Talking that shit, you dead to me. Cause I ain't got time for my enemies. Told her come through, get ahead. Tell you right now, I'm the realest. Ain't nobody else ever do it like I did it. I ain't really had a competition in a minute. And a lot of other rappers out here flying spirit. I'ma stay consistent, feeling like a man on a mission. Ballin' like I play for the Pistons, but I'm Blake Griffin. I'ma switch cities, doing shows. I be living on the road, going all around the globe. When it come down to it, they ever gave me shit, I had to go and get it.
Star Gonzo'S Sports Room, July 2nd, 2021. Here on a Friday. Check us out on social media too. All good. Getting ready to head to Cincinnati. Hope 10 runs or something today. The last couple of times I went, they've actually. Last night you had the Hawks against the Bucks. Bucks won 123-112. Bucks controlled the game pretty much the whole game. I didn't watch the whole game. I was flipping back and forth. But Giannis didn't play for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
No Trae Young for Atlanta.
No ice Trae.
But nobody stepped up for it. But Bogdanovich was the only one that really stepped up for Atlanta. He had 28 points, but the next highest was Gallinari with 19. They didn't have nobody else over 20 points.
Yeah.
Besides Bogdanovich. And Milwaukee had 4 guys over 20 points. And fucking Brook Lopez had 33.
Yeah, Brook Lopez had a good game.
But 4 of their 5 starters had over 20 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just got a little bit more scoring power. Yeah. Outside of Trae.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
Bogdanovich.
Capella only had like 6 points.
Right.
Capella.
They need Trae to get them shots.
Yep.
To do something so that way it opens them up, but they They don't really have that playmaker without him. Which, I mean, the Bucks do still. I mean, Giannis
still
out. I mean, they still got guys that can score.
Well, you still got Middleton and Holiday.
Right.
Hell, Middleton had 26. Holiday had 25.
Portis didn't got Lopez and
Portis Jr. had 22.
Right. Yeah, that's the only thing with this next game was like we'll see who's playing.
Yeah. If Young plays and there's no Giannis,
I think Atlanta.
I think the Hawks have a chance.
Right. Yeah.
But if it's like this again, I think the Bucks will win. If both of them are out,
they're just a little bit more complete of a team than a little bit deeper.
I don't think Giannis will be back. If he does come back, I don't think he would come back till the finals if they make the finals.
What is it?
Back this series, it'll be Game 7.
Yeah.
What they're hoping is to win it and then maybe get him back for the finals. Is what I think that's what they're.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're.
Yeah, because if you lose this next game, it really ain't a big deal.
Right.
You come back home for Game 7.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, you want to win this Game 7, don't go Game 7, but it ain't the end of the world.
And then you can rest up your guys, and maybe some of those little ticky-tack.
I haven't looked, so I'm not sure when the finals start. It probably starts.
I'm not sure when they start. But
let's see, they play
like maybe
Saturday?
a week after or something.
They play Saturday,
the following
so if they
weekend.
play Game 7, that would be third.
I would say probably that.
Because if there's a Game 7, it would be on Monday. Because they don't play tonight, they play tomorrow night, and then they wouldn't play Sunday.
Every other day.
Well, that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
I'm alternating, you know what I mean? East played one day, West played next day, but now there ain't no West game, so I don't know. I mean, I guess they could play, if they wanted to, they could play Sunday.
Unless they have it. You do get more of a chance of getting somebody injured, set up.
That's been a big story here lately is about injuries.
Yeah. And, of course, who's leading the whole...
They never say that.
Yeah.
And honestly...
I mean, you can't say because of AD, he's always hurt.
And honestly, I think even if AD would have been healthy, I think the Suns was going to win that series. I think they just matched up good against the Lakers, and they're a deeper team.
Mm-hmm. They just outran them.
And I don't understand what happened to Montrezl Harrell. Sixth man of the year. Excuse me, sixth man of the year. I understand that.
Yeah. How do you start... Who's Drummond over Montrezl Harrell?
And Schroeder, I mean, he didn't play bad, but I don't think he fit in. He didn't fit in as like they thought he was going to fit.
Yeah. There was just something that didn't fit right with Schroeder.
Yeah, I don't think he matches up with that because he's more of an ISO guy. He's more of an ISO guy trying to take you off the dribble.
Player coach, because that's basically what LeBron is, kind of player coach when he's on the floor.
I don't think playing in the bubble and then having a short off season and coming back with this season because they wanted to have the Christmas games. I don't think that's what's caused all the injuries. Because honestly, if you look back at stats, everybody's talking about it because it's bigger name players.
It's not no Trevor Ariza or somebody like that that's getting hurt. No,
it's Kawhi. He's hurt every fucking year. Yeah. And he sits out.
He just got hurt.
He got hurt because it was a short season.
It's just the time that he happened to get hurt this year. Usually he's healthy in the playoffs and he's hurt a lot during.
Oh,
and one of them's not playing. The other one plays a hell of a lot better. Like Paul George has been playing good.
If I'm the Clippers, I try to ship Kawhi to.
That would get it. I mean, that would be the best trade piece that anybody would probably.
Paul George and Lillard in your backcourt, dude. And I think they would go together pretty good because Lillard is used to playing with McCollum. Who's going to be the guy at the end of the game?
I think when Dame leaves, he's going to want to go to a team where he's clear-cut number one guy. Like, no chance, no whatever.
Yeah. I think if he leaves, he's going to New York.
But then that takes away some of LA's defending. Even if you get a Dame, your scoring's still going to be there, but he's not as good of a defender as Kawhi is.
But Kawhi...
If he's not on the floor, it doesn't matter how good he can be. The greatest defender in the Galaxy, and it don't matter if he's sending Kawhi over to Portland.
You put Dame with the Knicks, dude. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good fucking team. Because they're
So, like, what do you do with that? Are they going to sign both of them? Then you got 2 point guards in the.
I don't. Why would you want Lonzo?
I mean, he's not bad. He's not the greatest. He's a good defensive player.
The bench.
Think
I think he could be
Sixth man of the
that's what
year.
I'm saying. He could be like a good 6 man. I think.
like a Jamal Crawford. That's the game. That's
fuck,
God.
dude.
That's how point line and
Yeah, I never.
pull up
When you're,
and
throwing,
shoot with Reggie.
when you're throwing up fucking bricks, dude, it's like fuck, quit.
Yeah.
I'll go to Indiana and he's not on any of them. I'm like, well, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I used to kill.
It's like this new
See,
generation, whatever the change in basketball, how it's, like the Steph Curry and all that.
Yeah.
Like it's basically
in Indiana, and then one of them big markets.
can you?
In a big market, just think how
Yeah. Definitely, I understand
people,
what you're
people
saying.
would look at him different.
Because they're like, the Pacers? Who the fuck are the Pacers?
But like here, like in Indiana, Reggie's fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah, Reggie.
He should have a fucking statue outside the fucking building.
I think so. I don't think there'll ever be another.
Ran around. Just think if you're not allowed to grab a hold of him. Fuck, dude.
And he didn't shoot as much as the shooters of today are shooting per game.
That's what I'm saying.
He was just efficient with his shots.
And off
He
the
didn't really
dude,
take a whole lot of bad shots or like unnecessary, just run down the court and pull up. I mean, he did sometimes, but that wasn't him.
Catching off the run and shooting, that dude was one of the best I've ever seen.
Him shoot was fun back in the days. Like, just to see some of them battles that they had, the Bulls matchups, the Knicks matchups, those were fun times to watch the Pacers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Davis boys down low, just couldn't get past fucking Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, couldn't pass the Knicks, then we get past the Knicks, then couldn't get past Jordan.
Yeah.
See, like Stevie, he watched the Pacers. If I watch it, I'm watching the Pacers. You know what I mean? I just don't watch a lot of it. I do. I watch a little more now because, dude, I don't care who's playing. I'll watch football.
I'm a little bit of the opposite on that. I watch a lot more basketball during the regular season than I probably watch, but
Dig?
I think he's
because Carlisle resigned. Coach.
that's a tough one to say. A lot of different things that was going on with that team. I think he was kind of getting maybe burnt out on Dallas.
I mean, do you think him and Luka were button heads?
I think there was some tension because I don't think Porzingis played up to his potential.
See, I
think Luka kind of was like wanting him to play harder and wanted him to be the unicorn that he.
And I've heard the Pacers name.
Yeah, I've heard that too because
dude,
the Pacers have so much.
I wouldn't be mad. Dude, Porzingis can play if he's healthy. He can
because
play.
they have so many. They have such a deep bench. They got options to
him and Doncic's style.
If you remember watching him play in his rookie year, his second year with New York, dude, he was a killer.
Could you imagine having? Fuck.
I mean, that's why they called him.
And Sabonis on the court at the same fucking time. You can stretch the floor because Porzingis can shoot the three. Sabonis
Likes to say about one. She got two soft guys, kind of.
Yeah, that's true. But
you need a banger in there that's gonna. And they're both kind of the same ass style. Like they're both big asses.
yeah, I
can understand some like.
I don't see the Pacers getting rid of Sabonis.
I can understand a little bit of that. Watching Porzingis and watching Sabonis is similar. Because it's like you see them close and they're big 7-foot guys. Like, just yam on them, dude. Just like put it in there, do it with some authority. Like, put your stamp on this game.
Yeah.
Like, take it over. Like, you're too big, you're too skilled not to. Like,
Sabonis will try, and then they'll call. He'll do something, and they call foul on him, and then he changes.
look,
Yeah,
breaking headline news: the Heat and
Clippers too. I think came together like he thought
yeah.
or something.
And is Pat Beverly as good as Pat Beverly thinks He is. I mean, yeah, he's a above average defender.
Pat Beverly is like me and you going to one of these rec gyms, being a former wrestler and just playing defense. he's just a better athlete than we are, but that's what he does. I couldn't.
I think he's a. I think.
But hey,
I
like
think he thinks he's
the dude, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking Paul walking all relaxed and shit, and just get pushed. I'm like,
I tell you, had a concussion, and I didn't know what the hell was going on for a few days. So and I wasn't even pushed by a big dude, you know. I mean, so I can imagine if he would have fell face first, side of his head, like I did whenever I hit the gym side of my head on the floor, and I was out. But yeah, that was cheap,
dude.
That's not something that needs to be in sports, dude, at all.
No, if the Mavs get fucking Kawhi, and you have Kawhi and Doncic together,
man, I could still or not with that. That just says he's a free agency. Like, that's not saying using Porzingis as a trade.
They'd fit together.
I wouldn't mind seeing Kawhi with the Mavericks.
Kawhi's gonna go to Golden State, join up with Curry and Thompson.
Win his third championship with the third team.
Can you imagine Curry, Thompson, and Kawhi all together?
That would be stupid.
I don't think Kawhi would go there either. I think Kawhi wants to be the guy. You know what I mean? I think he's like, I think him and Lillard are going to be in the same boat.
And, you know, this one I never really understood. If I was one of those big name dudes like that, you know, a big fish in a small pond for a little while, you know, at a place like Indiana, you know, a small market team, because them small market teams have loyal fans that bleed whatever colors they are. He's all his everything. I mean, he's going to be like a god to them, you know, like.
When Paul George was in Indiana, dude, he was the man, you know what I mean? He was the king around here.
Right. I mean, they was ready to build a team around him, you know, like, I don't understand why more superstar athletes don't try that, you know. They all want to go to which, yeah, I mean, you can understand, yeah, let's go to Miami, it's nice, the weather, you know, LA, the big time cities, the big partying. But if you're there to do your job and to win a championship like you want to do, go to a place that's going to be about you and is going to do something to make.
What do you think about this?
Oh, the Sha'Carri Richardson deal?
American Sprinter come on. Gets suspended for 1 month.
That is just dumb.
Somebody is using marijuana for pain or for whatever reason. Instead, if you're an athlete, instead of using pills,
right,
and that shit, you shouldn't get in trouble for it, dude. I mean, it's a
healthier alternative.
I'd rather have somebody that's maybe smokes a little too much marijuana than somebody that pops pills all the time. I mean, it's a big difference in the, you know what I'm saying? There's a big difference in the what they are, and they'll feed you these fucking pills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think that she should have been. Maybe a fine, if that's what they want to do.
So did they test everybody here recently or something?
I don't know.
I would say.
I'm not 100% sure how the Olympic drug testing go, if that's random or if everybody them there, like. But with this, I don't know if it's like, because it's a once in a, you know, women that were using steroids, and they end up getting stripped of all their stuff, like. So I don't know when they tested them, if they tested them after, before, during.
Was this the trials?
Yeah, this was the qualifier to qualify for the Olympics, and she had won it and qualified, and
then after that is when it came out.
yeah.
So I bet you they tested everybody at the trials, and then they probably test you at the Olympics at least one time, I would say.
I wonder if they tested her after she won or before, because like they tested her before. Why would they let her before if they're going to do that? That way she's everything like that, and now they're telling her no, she can't.
If you wanted to give a fine, I guess I would be okay with that. But to keep her out of the Olympics, I'm not on board on
Right,
that.
for that. But then again, I don't think it should be any sport, anything should test for it and it'd be have any negative effect on you as whatever it is. Even in like the regular world for like a job, whatever, any of that stuff.
Well, like NFL,
if you can let people have alcohol like that, then
NFL's basically not testing for it anymore.
Because they're seeing the a lot of
CBD stuff, and so they're pushing it to the NFL.
Yeah. A lot of former athletes with THC, without THC, all of it, they're jumping into that heavily.
I had some CBD cream that she bought me, and
it helped.
It helped some. It was kind of like icy hot, but
smelled better. But yeah, I think worst case he was like on coke or heroin or meth or something, or had steroids or HGH in it. But just for some weed, nah, that's bogus.
I don't think they should be able to test you for even for a job.
Yeah.
Not for if you want to test for, like you said,
decriminalized and not here. It ain't everywhere around us. It is, but
here before long, it will be legal everywhere. It's just younger senators and stuff
we just had to let a bunch of the old guard
schools and into every year. I mean, it's just
even just stuff like road work and things like that, just upkeeps and parks, and
it'll be legal. You'll get taxed on it, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the athlete should. I mean, because
and it'll be just like drinking. If you get pulled over and you're fucking get a fine, you do it so many times, you lose your license. You can do it just like a fucking DUI.
Because then that's like, it's kind of messed up for like one league to do it and then other leagues not, because it's the same thing with like the states.
I think NBA has went to where they're not testing for it.
Yeah, I don't think they're testing for it at all.
Because hell, a lot of them guys are fucking high while they're playing. Dude, there was 2 or 3 times you could tell Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans.
J.R. Smith, come on now.
Yeah. Oh, and J.R. Smith. But no, I'm telling you, this year, you could see fucking Ingram high as fuck.
Yeah. But he said it's shown that it's helping with their bodies, and you know how bad they're beating up their bodies and killing their bodies. Like, if they're doing that and you're there and they're entertaining people, like, let them smoke a joint after a game. Dude, they've been busting their ass their whole lives to do this like one time, and leave them alone.
Well, another big topic that's been going around is Reggie Bush wants his Heisman back, and he wants all his stats and records back.
That's a big old can of worms to open up there. Because then, if you do it for Reggie Bush, you got to help give back so many people, so much stats
my
and
thing is,
everything else.
Does it suck? Yes, it sucks. But that was the rules at that time.
Right.
So why should you go back and change it when that was the rules at that time? That was the rules for everybody.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the rules for him. It was the rules for everybody at that time. Was the rules at that time right? I'm not saying they were, but that was the rules that they were working with at that time.
Yeah.
And you were found guilty at that time of breaking them rules.
Rules and laws change all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go with what it is for that time. You said, it's jacked up, it's messed up, it ain't right.
Okay, but say they legalize marijuana. Are they going to let everybody out of jail that's ever been in jail for selling marijuana? Hell no.
They should.
If the guys really push it, they might be able to get some reduction or something. But they're not just going to say, "Oh, we changed the laws. You guys, so now you guys are out." That's not how it works.
That's a tricky one to get into, because then that's a whole bunch of mess you got to deal with.
I don't see how they can give it back to them.
No problem. You can't do that now. The law changed. You know, come on now. Like, I don't. I mean, the 2A has been making money so bad over the likenesses, the rights of these athletes. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say I agreed with the rules. I said the rule was just a check from the college. I don't agree with that. But I do think they should be able to make money this way, the way they just made it. Yeah, I agree with that. Fair.
But
I mean, they are technically giving you money because they're giving you a scholarship.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But people say, but a lot of these people that have been pushing for this are going to be pissed because certain colleges are going to be able to get more players because they have a bigger booster. Bigger alumni that has more money, like Texas. Like we were talking earlier, Texas you have all that oil money and shit. Yeah,
the cattle industry over there. You know,
Alabama is just going to get better now.
Yeah, you're going to have some of these teams that got
because I don't know how well Alabama might not be. This might hurt Alabama a little bit because let me rephrase that. It's probably going to hurt Alabama because Alabama's been able to get these guys that are like 5-star players and get them to set that money off their name because they're not going to make that money off their name and likeness if they're out in the field making plays where their name gets known. Recruit backup players that are 5-star players like you have. Like Alabama, their first 3 teams could probably beat most other college teams other than like your top 10. Yeah. Probably out of the top 20, their third team could beat almost any of the
with them. You know, when you had a 3-headed backfield like they did before. Like,
see, now I think that's going to be harder to do because them guys are going to be going. They want to go to a team where they're the star.
Put yourself out there.
I think so. It's going to hurt like Alabama. It'll hurt Clemson at first. I don't think it'll hurt that are probably going to play 2 or 3 years anyway before they even try to go to the NFL, which will be good because, dude. If you play for Notre Dame, you'll be able to make a lot of. If you're a star, you're gonna make a lot of money off your name and likeness.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're a national.
You know, like everybody knows the Yankees, everybody knows the Cowboys, everybody knows the Lakers. You know, things like that. Everybody in the world knows LeBron, Muhammad Ali. You know, there's these things that people in the world, even if you don't not a fan of that, everybody knows what Notre Dame is.
If you go around Indiana, dude. You're probably gonna get 80% of the people that ain't fan.
I am.
I've been a diehard IU fan, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I watch Notre Dame football when they're on. I watch. IU's finally starting to get in the conversation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll rep any home state, any team from Indiana or Texas. I mean, I've lived in both states for the same amount of time, and like I'll rep my home state team against any others.
Unless Notre Dame's playing IU. Yeah. I want to see Notre Dame do good. If they're playing IU, I want you to get your ass kicked.
And see where I'm not also, but you know, I want them to whoop any Texas team that there is, so especially the Longhorns.
Yeah, that's going. I just don't see how you can.
All right, I have a scenario. Do you think there's going to be any teams that get worse because that are going to want to just be out there endorsing everything and putting their face everywhere? You know, they may think that that's going to be a distraction, which is going.
The team. I don't think there's going to be many teams that are going to say they're not going to recruit players because any player they recruit that becomes a star is going to be offered local endorsements with. So that's going to happen. But the more I think about it, I think it's going to hurt your big like top 5, like your Alabama, your Clemson's, teams like that, because like I said, you're not going to be able to recruit 4 or 5 deep with 4 or 5 star players.
Right. Where he's going to be a starter on any other team in the nation. Sit for 2 years.
He ain't going to do it because he's
some of the big teams, like that.
It'll hurt
Mr. Rich. a role in a movie or something, you know?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got these schools with these bigger alumni are going to have a big advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they can offer a kid something. I mean, even if they own a business or whatever, hey, go be the face of my business for a year or two.
You might not start your first year there, but hey, I'll take care. I'll take care of you.
Right.
You'll make this much money, and you're not even playing. Okay.
I could see
Well, just a pretty good team right now. They've made it to a bowl game and all that last year.
Most of their starters are back.
A star player on that team, they can make decent money.
Right.
Even in a city like this.
I mean, we do got some famous alumni also, that come through here.
Yeah. Letterman.
Like being a Papa John's endorser, but I don't think he's part of that anymore after that N-word debacle.
But I do. I think a star player at Ball State can make decent money on endorsements.
I think Whitlock will be recruiting people for Ball State.
I think he will. Because he's still involved in Ball State. I think he will. Because he's still involved in Ball State.
Game. I think Whitlock was there at the football game. In a basketball game. Him and Papa John were both there. They were sitting together.
I think he's pretty involved with Ball State, and I think he helps Warren Central out too.
That's where he's from, isn't it? Yeah, but that's it. I mean,
help the players. He played football for Ball State. Went to Warren Central High School. He was in L.A. Whitlock, Whitlock, moved him to L.A. Gave him a job. How does that work?
Read into it that deep to see if it said anything about that, because I was reading a thing from that kicker from YouTube videos. They kicked him off, and I was reading a post that he had put, and it was like, he was like, "You're welcome to all these new athletes." He was like, he said, "I crawled so y'all could run." He was like, "I took the hit so that way y'all can be here," because he's been advocating for that ever since they've been doing it.
Because take a kid and let's go out here and eat dinner or something. Technically, you aren't supposed to do that. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, that happens every day though in high school, in every sport.
You know how many kids I used to give rides home? You know what I mean?
Look at our high school careers. Yeah. I mean,
if you need a ride home, come on, dude. I mean,
we played I played a lot of sports in high school.
Night.
Yeah.
Night before state.
I done that.
He didn't want to be at home. I said, "Hey, you can come stay at my house." We went and worked out. Got him down to where he was at weight. Went to the house. Or got him some. He got where he could eat a little bit. Ate him a little fazoli's, a little pasta. Sat there and watched. Laid on there, watched the movie. Went to bed. We got up the next day. He was on weight, and we were good.
Me and Gino, we did that in high school. We stayed, and it was the night. It was the night before sectionals, I believe.
I didn't stay with them, but
and we were both.
I was there till
we were both overweight going into the night, like 5-6 pounds apiece or something like that, 4 or 5 pounds, and we ended up his bike and the treadmill.
Had that fucking heat light in his bathroom. He put that fucking exercise bike in there and fucking.
Well, we was in that little that other bedroom he had off there to the side, and I think one of us was on the treadmill, the other one was on the bike, and then we'd switch. And
I was there till midnight one night. We went to Southside and worked out over there. Then we go back and said, "I have Chris. I'll bring him home later."
And that's crazy though, because that's how we grew up. With sports and things like that. Can you imagine how you could get in trouble if somebody needed a piece of equipment or something? A high school kid
used to go. We used to go We used to go camping with Coach, and go out tubing and shit. What I mean? You're not supposed to do shit like that, but fuck it.
Time though, we had been doing that stuff since we was kids though. Staying at y'all's house. How many times did we spend that at the POW Club? You know, everybody's sleeping on the mats the night before a meet. You know, it's like things like that. It's crazy that whatever.
Well, I remember some of the football players played one of them flag football tournaments and got in trouble and had to sit out some high school games.
Yeah, I played in that flag football tournament. That's that year I didn't play football. That was the last year I had played football in high school.
Yeah, some of the players had to sit out some games because they violated. It's bullshit.
Yeah, because I was the only person that wasn't still on the team, I think, that played. Because it was like me and Andy Lord and Mercer and Chris Redwine and I think like Dave Rollins and a couple other ones of us have all played in a couple of them tournaments. And that aired out.
Yeah, that's what it was. Aired out.
It's about time these athletes can start making money off themselves.
Yeah, I think it's going to change. At first, it's going to be up here, then it'll kind of level out and be.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. It's
but
just like anything.
But I do think it's going to hurt. They'll offer a player a bunch of money to play. So I mean, if they're offering a player a bunch of money to sit the bench, I guess they can. But
say you're going to sit 2 solid years and then play your third year.
Okay.
All right. You're relying on that 1 year to get draft stock. Yeah, you're relying on that 1 year for everything. But say that you go to a smaller school, you know, and you're going to pump up your numbers, you're going to get better because you're playing.
Yeah, but the only thing is, though, some of the scout or some of the media will try to use it against you that you played at a smaller school.
Well, yeah.
Say you didn't play the string competition. But what if this? What if that offered you $100,000 a year?
$100,000 a year to go sit for 2 years, let's say. Or say you're getting $50,000 to go play for them same years. But let's say you sitting on that bench, you're a top second round pick. But let's say now you're coming from a smaller school and you played all them years, all them time. They just know you're getting better. Say now you're a mid to late first rounder. So them $100,000, extra $100,000 that you took.
Like $200,000. I come in the third year. Say I'm the star player. I'm gonna make all kinds of endorsement money if I'm playing $200,000 that you got.
I mean, yeah. I think it depends. Like, I think it would be just depend on case by case. Player by player.
If you're a top prospect, you can sit 2 years. That's 2 years you're not banging up your body.
Right.
Come in your third year and fucking kill it. Bet on yourself. It can also go against you. You can bet on yourself in that third year and you get hurt your third year.
Right.
And then your draft stock drops. So
positions are. I mean, they just get paid a lot more money than other positions. You know, like doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
you know, some teams
family that struggles. If you come from a family that struggles and they're offering you basically $100,000 a year, you might be more apt to take it because your family could use the money in that. Mm-hmm. Where if your family has money, you're like, fuck, I ain't worried about that. I can go over here
somewhere in the nation, in some school.
I mean, because some players are going to take a deal somewhere just because they're more options. Weigh their options out more because they don't have to worry about the money factor because their family's fine. So they can worry about themselves. So if they want to go play, they could take less. It could be less money, but they're getting to play instead of sitting the bench.
I think you're going to start seeing. I think it's going to be a rise of better players. I think players are going to get better because of that. Because I do think some of these schools that don't necessarily have a 3, 4, or 5-star player, they're going to be able to offer 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5-star players some money or something to lure 1 or 2 of them over there.
Yeah.
You know, so that's going to make that team a little bit better. You know, I think it's just going to happen all the way around to some teams that there's going to be players that would never dream about going to this college just straight on football talent alone. You know, like it's going to go to a different school just because they can offer you something. But there's players that need the time, that need to be on the field for them.
And it depends on what sport you play too.
Yeah. Yep.
And where you're at, because like a wrestler here might not get a whole lot of endorsements. You know what I mean? You're gonna get endorsements. Plus, I mean, there's a wrestling alumni that are gonna start getting in there too. That'll help.
Yeah. I think it's gonna make, for a while it's gonna fluctuate. The first year or two, I think it's gonna like kind of go crazy for a minute, learning more, and then because then they're gonna have to have some kind of like almost like a financial advisor. But like
these guys will be, a lot of these guys are going to have agents when they get out of the high school, coming to college. To help, you know what I mean, take care of that stuff, because they're going to be,
because the different scenarios that I see happening, kids are going to push harder to get them endorsements because they know that that's on the table now. But then some of the kids are going to get them, and it's going to go to their head, and they're going to fall off.
Their senior year, signing with the agent. Instead of getting agents when you're getting out of college, you're going to start getting agents when you get out of high school.
Hell, it depends on what the rule is in high school. They may start them, sophomore, junior.
Change high school. Because in high school, you're still considered a minor.
Imagine.
You know what I mean? You're still considered a minor in high school. In college, you're
made bank off of endorsements.
LeBron.
Yeah. The balls.
He probably did. But
them guys like that are getting more famously known for their sport than, you just heard about them that they're a senior and they're getting drafted. You heard about them for the first time maybe during the tournament or something like.
Yeah, March Madness. Get that. I mean, you'll hear of kids you've never heard of before. But don't forget we're giving out winners. On Wednesday, I was 7-1. Steve was 4-1. And then yesterday I put out 4 picks and I went 2-2. Should have been 3-1, but yeah. Frickin' Freddie Freeman gets hits the ball in the infield and they score the winning run.
Wow.
On Twitch with Gonzo'S Sports Room GSR. That's this show. Check us out. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Zanji and Justin Starling for the music. Also want to get a shout out to Matt G. Actually, Matt Lipscomb, but we call him Matt G around here. Give a shout out to him and his fiancee Emily. They just had a baby girl earlier. They always come over for cookouts and stuff, so I know get to see the baby here soon.
Hopefully she took after Emily. He didn't want to get posted on Facebook looking sad no more, huh?
Oh, shit.
Portland, out. LA, out.
We appreciate everybody watching. It was Viral Scope Music at gmail.com. Music is spelled M-U-Z-I-K. If you can, we appreciate.
Safe.
Hey, party. If you drink, don't drive. And we'll see everybody Monday morning. Peace.
Happy 4th.
Smoking all this weed got me feeling little intimate. You made me feel free, now it feels like I'm missing it. Everything I need, now I'm hearing reminiscence. Whoa, but now I'm rapping on that new, trying to make her sad. Run away, run up to the moon.